Hello, friends. How are you?
Good.
Good.
Good. It's Thursday. The week's flying by, and we want to talk about some good stuff today. So let's get into it. Our theme is, which I don't know if we're going to keep this thing going, because sometimes I just have things on my mind that I want to get off my chest. So, and it's not in line with the theme, but it's a thoughtful Thursday, and we want to be thoughtful, and it's Thursday. If that's not
That's
a hook,
the name.
that's like the worst hook ever, right? So I want to talk about something. Buddy and I were at the Rockies game yesterday, having his first beer as a 21-year-old. Proud dad moment there. Appreciate all the love I got on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
Did you even drink it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He drank like a quarter of it. Come on.
I drank it.
Oh. But we were talking again, this AI thing will just not go away. And I don't know if we're just beating a dead horse. You guys, our audience, let us know if we're just killing this thing. It's like, and not killing it in a good way. Do you have some AI fatigue going on right now? Because we'll change subjects and we'll talk about whatever you guys want, but I think this is the future, whether we like it or not, and we need to adapt or die. And we're spending a lot of time on it. At least I am. A few hours a day. I'm in it. I'm learning it. I'm practicing it. I want to be a practitioner on AI. I don't want to just talk about something that is just in, I hear anecdotally, or talk to a couple people at dinner and they say this and I just regurgitate that. No, that's not what I want to be. I want to be somebody that's using it. I want to be somebody that's learning from it and eventually be sort of an expert in it. So, and who better to talk to than a 21-year-old that's using it every day, that's in my family, that I love very much. And I know he gets super frustrated with me because I keep asking him the same questions over and over again. So let's just go to the source. Nathaniel, how are you using AI and ChatGPT in today's environment? And what are you doing to be more productive? And give some people some insight and maybe some tips on how you can be using this to their own benefit.
Well, what I'm trying to do is automate as much as I can with it. So I'm trying to first see how much it can automate for me, and really push the boundaries with just ChatGPT or any other AI stuff. Yesterday I downloaded Meta AI, just saw that came out, and we're playing with that a little bit. I was like, okay, maybe that's my social media manager. Maybe it connect to my accounts. It can't do that yet. But with how fast,
What? Time out for the old people. Time out for the old people. Going too fast.
I didn't
What
say
is
anything.
Meta AI? What is Meta AI?
It's basically Meta's version of ChatGPT.
Okay, and Meta was Facebook, right?
Facebook and Instagram.
Instagram.
Oh, Facebook and Instagram. Okay, got it. Okay, I just wanted to clear that up for people. So Meta came out with their own AI because
Yeah, so
ChatGPT is open AI, right?
yep.
And
And then Google's Gemini, and then Grok is Elon Musk's is like X, so you can sort of use X with it, or
okay,
Twitter, formerly known. So Meta AI came out. It's probably been out for a while, but now I just downloaded the app, and it's sort of more like friendly, like it's not as rough as ChatGPT. It sort of has a nice voice. ChatGPT did come out with the update, and now it's like you can see that it's thinking. You can see that, oh, it's sort of empathetic with you. It's like, oh, I'm sorry you're going through this. Here's what I would do. It's sort of giving you
more
that answers now.
conversational.
Yeah, more conversational.
Okay,
Um, that I found out with. So they're all really updating really fast, and they're pretty similar. So I'm trying to figure out the differences between the two. I think Meta AI sort of has an advantage with having all the social media platforms under their umbrella. So I'm trying to see how fast they can update and connect to my accounts and analyze my profile and figure out all this stuff. So that's still a learning process. But if I can get that automated for social media, that's a huge time saver, especially for people who don't really know how to start. If you can have an assistant just post for you or create posts or Photoshop, do whatever you need to do in the app and then post automatically from there. I know you can post automatically from there, so that's a huge, huge benefit. Um, it's just it needs a little bit of tweaking and stuff. So that's what I was looking for yesterday.
Yeah,
But
I kind of see this as a huge leverage tool. So, rather than hiring a team or assistants or things like that can be kind of costly, and there's definitely a learning curve. It's trying to figure out how much can this AI do for you in the background administratively, um, and just kind of this back end administrative juggernaut that's
mhm.
there, and then how much can you automate but not lose any of the service level that your clients are used to. um, so that's kind of how I see this, as like a super agent.
Yeah,
Is that kind of
it's
how you're
basically
picturing it?
yeah, it's like you're paying for a virtual assistant, but it's $20 a month.
There you go, virtual assistant. That's what I was looking for. So what are
Yeah.
I know you were helping mom the other day with this killer prompt that I think shut down the whole neighborhood. Can you share that with our audience and kind of go through what you were thinking there?
Yeah, so the other day I was trying to automate my life as usual, and I was playing around with it. I was like, okay, what can you do? Can you create a calendar for me? Can you add in these situations? And so I was playing around with it, and then I was like, I could probably make a prompt out of my own chat. So the prompt is actually right here. It's basically your own chief operating officer for your life.
Oh my gosh, this is sweet. Were
So
you
I
going to
did it in
share
a
this with me at some point?
Well, he had me do it. And we were like
Yeah.
working out the kinks and stuff. And I finally got to it and I did put in that prompt. And I'm sure Nathaniel will go through this, but for me, like I could go in there and say, I only want to work from this hour to this hour. I need to get to the gym 3 days a week. I can't have any appointments after this. My Sundays need to stay open. I put in all of these prompts and it created this calendar. And it's funny because it would be like, okay, here's what I'm thinking. Do you want to make any adjustments? And I'm like, oh yeah, well, let's do this and this instead. And it took a few like back and forths. And then when I got it to where exactly like to the minute what I want my calendar to be every day, I even had date night on there. I have, hair appointments every 3 weeks. Like I put everything in there. Then it gave me a download for my Google Calendar and I just imported it into my Google Calendar and it blocked everything out for me exactly how I asked it to.
So I guess ChatGPT is only as good as the prompts that it receives from you. So I think it's probably a good exercise to get some clarity around, what are some of those parameters, or was it just a process? It's like, oh, I'm just going to start with this prompt, and then it evolved into all these other things that you thought of
um
later that helped you.
Yeah.
what I did was first I the goal was to automate my life. So what I started out with, I was like, okay, what do I want my life to be? So I was chatting with ChatGPT back and forth. And then I was like, okay, I go to the gym Tuesday mornings, non-negotiable. I play basketball. I need a date night. Oh, I need to go to church Sunday. Oh, I need to go da 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 da. Whatever my life wanted to be. So we had those conversations and timing, and I'm like, okay, now I need to figure out to put this in my calendar because the other day we were talking with Connie about how important time slots in your calendar are. So I was like, okay, can you put this in a calendar? And it was like, yes, I'll create an ICS file where you can just import it into Google Calendar. I was like, okay, perfect. So let's start planning out the day. And as I went through the process, it kept going. It's like, do you want me to create a weekly spreadsheet for you so you can have accountability partner? Do you want to create this, create this? So it kept giving me ideas, and we're going back and forth. It's like a ping pong.
Like,
And yeah, and this is the span of 30, 45 minutes though. I mean, it's like
oh
talking
wow.
to, yeah, it's like talking to an act, like if you had an assistant who was like, okay, how do you want your life to be? And you're talking right across from them, that's how it would be. That's how the conversation went. And it kept going back and forth. And then finally, I was like, okay, what if someone else could do this? And then I saw my mom playing with ChatGPT. I'm like, okay. So I took my chat. I was like, all right, create a prompt after everything we just went through. And so basically, line by line, it created all this stuff for me where I was like, okay, non-negotiables. Yes, we went through that, went through that. So once you start answering these questions, then you can build this whole system in a matter of minutes. You know, I
Oh,
went through the trial and error with it already. You know, I already went down, okay, this is the questions that you should ask instead of what I went through, you know.
oh my gosh.
So
So it's
because
a
you and it gives you ideas, like it gives you the option. So once it made my calendar, then it was like, do you want a Google Sheet, like a task list to build in so you can mark things off every day? And I'm like, yes. And then it asked me if it wanted to create daily affirmations for me to say in the morning to keep me on track. And I'm like, no, no, thank you. And then so it asks you like, oh, this is great. Do you also want this, or do you want this? Do you want this, or do you want that? And it truly became a dialogue. So yeah, it sends you this Google Sheet that you upload
Mhm.
into Google, and every day you're marking that off.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
I was kind of looking over Buddy's shoulder, and he started checking off some of these things, and I saw this little percentage thing go up, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's such a cool visual for
mhm.
folks that it's like, oh, I'm at 50%. I got to start checking things off, you know?" And it gives you that
Yeah.
percentage thing it's huge mental thing for people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and once you have everything checked off, it's actually pretty nice because then it turns like fully green. So like you feel very confident about that week once you get
Oh,
100%. So it
yeah.
programmed all that for me. I only did it for 90 days because just to keep it short and simple. But this is everything that's in my calendar too. So if I go to my calendar right here, it
Oh, it's
did
all
everything.
scheduled out for you?
Yeah, and then I just go here. What did I do? Okay, cool. Did I have a great week? Did I not? And then I also have another spreadsheet where it's like it has a dashboard, so I'll take all your week combined and be like, what's your average percentage of completion and stuff like that.
Starts giving you some stats and some
Yeah,
metrics.
mhm,
Yeah.
yeah. So you can really see how much um stuff you completed in the last 90 days.
Well, what I
Okay,
love about
so
it is that it, oh, go ahead.
okay, so this is like running your life like a corporation. Is that, I mean, how does that feel? Does that feel icky, or does that feel like, oh, I'm super productive and I'm feeling good by the end of the week, at the end of the week, instead of like, oh, here are all the things that I didn't get done. How do you think this has helped your mindset?
I like it a lot because I can actually focus on what I need to do. It gives me a little more clarity. This week was sort of the trial run. I'm like, okay, if I went through this, how does it actually line up? Like, do I actually have time for these things? So I'll probably be tweaking it a little bit um, as things come out. But like even today, like after this meeting, I'm gonna go edit our podcast after, and I know what I'm
Mm,
doing. You can see that on a
mm,
Thursday.
Well, I
okay.
like, for me, because you know me, I have fought like rigid schedule for a long time. But what I have found is that it's kind of the best of both worlds, because the one thing that is so hard to do when you're self-employed or an entrepreneur is have that structure built in. And people get into either real estate or owning their own business because they think that they can create their own schedule and work whenever they want. And it's a double-edged sword. You still, no matter what, if you're corporate or not, you have to have that structure. And what I love about it is it's structure that I created. It's not structure that someone else created that I'm having to do on their behalf. It's my own structure. So when you have ownership of it, it makes it more exciting, and to go through the process of asking all these questions and answering this question and having this dialogue with ChatGPT, knowing all of the important things are on there. Why would I not follow this? Because
Mhm.
I can guarantee, especially with me going, like we talked about, where I am at my age, middle-aged women, brain fog is real, and you will forget things. And so this is taking some of my stress away, to be like, okay, I have the important stuff in there, it's scheduled, I can move it around if I need to, but the time is allotted for it, so I never have to feel like, oh, I'm not going to have time, I don't have time for that. So that has helped me sleep better. Just knowing the things that matter most to me, there's time allotted for that.
So you get the big rocks scheduled in there.
Mm-hmm.
So if you hit those, then if you didn't do anything else, at least those things were accomplished, and you're
Feeling
living the
good.
life that you want.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah.
that's a huge tool. I mean, I can only speak for how we run our business. We run our business a little differently in that we don't focus on the big giant end goals. We don't focus on how many people we talk to today or how many appointments we set. We focus on the absolute non-negotiable tasks. Did we do these things today? Did we follow up with this person? Did we check in on this person? Did we, say happy birthday to this person? Like the things that truly, truly matter to us. If we do those things, we know after being in business for so long, our business will thrive. So for me, this actually fits in better to kind of our model of, as long as I got these things done, I don't have to worry because I know the results will come.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I also think a big benefit that AI has is that some of us don't really know, like we have a vision, but it's hard to get out of our head. And so
Mm-hmm.
just talking to it and be like, here's what I'm thinking. I don't really know what we can do with it. Put that into ChatGPT, get it out. And it'll be like, oh, there's an app for this. Oh, there's an AI for this. Oh, why don't you just use Google account? Like it'll actually give you the actual like steps to take in order to make that happen. So I think like especially with me with the amount of ideas I have per day, I'm like, is this even achievable? And most of the time it is. And it'll give you links to go do that thing. And another thing is that I wanted to be reminded on my phone since I'm always looking at my phone. I'm like, I need tasks, like text messages, notifications of what I need to do, because sometimes the day gets away from us. So I was like, ChatGPT, can you notify me? And apparently they came out with this thing. I don't know why they haven't talked about it, but you can schedule tasks if you just go here and
Show us your screen,
I see
buddy.
your screen.
oh, you can't see it. There you go. So like right here, prepare for daily live stream. It runs tomorrow. It's going Monday through Friday. Edit start our podcasts, review our weekly tracker, plan weekly Instagram and YouTube content, visit a new construction. Like these are all things that are reminding me through the app that you have on your phone of the notification. So I'm like, oh, okay, I gotta do this now.
So how does that notification pop up? Is
It's
it a
like
text?
you can do it. You can do it. Does both for me. So it does email, and then if you have the app, it's coming from directly from the app.
Okay, so ChatGPT has an app too, right?
Yes, on your phone.
Which is amazing, because I always thought about, if I could just have somebody riding shotgun with me all day long, I would be so much more productive, because as ideas come into my head or things that I need to do, I could just tell that person right next to me. I need to be utilizing that app a little bit more, because I could just speak into it. And I think I've seen you do this, buddy, is like when you want to remember something, you're like, you just tell ChatGPT to do, like, store this for me or remember this for me, set a reminder, include it in my tasks or whatever it is. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm sort of pushing the limits on what it can do, but also trying to make sure that I don't forget anything along the way because I move very fast and ideas come and go really fast. So while I'm driving to an open house on Saturday, it's a conversation with me and ChatGPT about, okay, how can I make this open house better? Oh, what about this community? Oh, what do I have on my schedule later today? or something like that, where I'm actually talking to someone. I mean, it might sound crazy, you're talking to an AI, but
Yeah, I'm
to
like,
me, it's very
what?
productive. But it's very productive.
Oh, okay, so you have let me just picture this. You have ChatGPT open on your phone
Hmm.
or through Bluetooth or whatever, however connection you have in your car, and you're just driving and you're talking to this uh, technology. I want to say
Yeah,
robot, but it's not really. Maybe a
it's
robot.
like
I don't know.
Siri. It's like Siri.
It's your personal note taker for
Yeah,
everything.
right. And you're just having this dialogue, which is making you better to do an open house or learn real estate communities or helping you in whatever profession you're in, and you're just having a dialogue back and forth. That's super cool. I love
Yeah,
that.
well,
Question.
if,
Have you tried doing like scripts and dialogue with it?
yes, that's actually, yes,
Oh,
we role play a lot with it. So like, actually coming back from this open house, there's this person who came in and was just like, "Hi, I'm just here to look at the house." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I went through ChatGPT. I'm like, "Okay, what can I say to this person when they come in to sort of start a conversation?" And I'm like, "You pretend to be me, I'll be the buyer." And it went pretty well.
no way.
Yeah.
That's mind blowing.
It's like, make sure you have something very specific about this property so you can go point it out to them, and then you can start going into a conversation with it. So it'll be like, knock, knock. All right. Hi, my name is Nathaniel. It'll be me. It'll actually be me. I'm here hosting an open house today. I'm the buyer specialist for this house. One thing that you might want to note when you're walking through this house is this kitchen is not like any others in the community. Are you looking for a kitchen like this, or would something else be better suited?
Oh my gosh. This
So
is
role
this is
playing and like
crazy.
really like getting into those specific situations where you're like, okay, I don't need to go call my dad about, okay, how do I object to it? Or like,
You've been
I don't need to do,
replaced?
yeah,
Oh
you've been
You've been
no,
replaced.
Dad's
replaced,
been
everybody.
replaced.
That's it.
Yep.
Not pictured next tomorrow on this live. I'll be Chat GPT. Oh my gosh. That's nuts. That's super cool though. That's I'm digging this. I'm totally
Well,
embracing this whole
honestly,
thing.
so here's something that I noticed though when I was driving home from the gym a couple days ago. I was sitting there and I'm like thinking about ChatGPT and how much we've been using it and all the things it can do. And I'm like, for a minute, I was like, is this bad? Is this making us lazy? Is this taking away our ability to be creative thinkers? So I had a bit of a struggle. I was like, what am I really doing here? So I thought about it for a long time and I was like, it's actually making me better because it's freeing up time for me to be even more creative, for me to grow in different ways, for me to be more effective and efficient. And so, like, I just wanted to point that out there. Like, I honestly had a struggle. Like, is this more negative than positive? I had that whole conversation in my head and using it and seeing it in real time. I'm like, no, it's not replacing my creativity or my desire to do something. If anything, it's fueling it.
Oh.
Well,
So that was an interesting like aha for me.
So what was it about that you're like, oh, you flipped it where it went from a negative thing to a positive thing? What was there a
It wasn't
thought in
necessarily
there?
a negative thing in my head. I was just thinking, gosh, it can do so much. Like, is this going to make humans lazy? Are we going to lose our critical thinking skills? But to your point, you still have to tell it what to do. You still have to have that dialogue. You still have to have the idea. Um, so I just wanted to say, like, when you get into it, it can start to feel a little like, I don't, is this replacing me kind of thing? Um, but
It's kind of
it's
like
just gonna,
journaling on steroids
yeah,
because journaling you used to just write it on paper and it'd be like a one-way street. So it's
yes,
just whatever is
journaling with
coming.
implementation,
Right.
which
Right.
is the missing piece.
And also some creative thought-provoking ideas mixed into that. You know, it may not hit a specific thing just right and you're like, I like that idea, but I'm going to take it even further and then it creates this whole creative momentum that is beautiful.
Well, it makes things seem achievable.
Oh,
It
that's
takes away, yeah, it takes away all the excuses of, like Nathaniel said, oh, I don't have time for that. Where would I find time to do that? That's going to be so much work. That's going to be that it takes away the excuses and creates a clear path for you. And I don't see how that can be a negative.
no, it's good. That's a great point.
Yeah, when
Super
I had
great
to
point.
make my calendar, I realized I'm like, oh dang, I do have a lot of time to actually do these things. You know, like I'm like, oh wait, there's a lot of empty space now.
Right. Well, that's the biggest excuse we have, right? Is we don't have enough time.
Hmm.
But that's a fallacy. If you let technology show you that you actually do have time, you're just wasting time. That's sort of a hard pill to swallow.
It
Like you
Well,
is.
can't hide
technology
behind
always
your
wins.
excuses.
What I love
Yeah.
about it is now that it's on my computer, if I'm sitting somewhere and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have nothing scheduled, that used to make me feel like, what did I forget? What should I be doing? I won't have that feeling now because I'll be like, well, I have free time because I completed everything that I was supposed to complete according to my compass, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that will feel amazing. Like I truly am on free time. I'm not supposed to be doing something else. I'm not making trades of things. Like I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing.
Well, I think that's important too to make sure you program in is that, hey, I want to have a certain amount of free time a day and make sure that that's built into my calendar so that we're treat it as an appointment. And as long as you schedule it in, you have no guilt for doing that free time because it's already scheduled. And you, as long as you're doing your work with the other time, you should be fine with it. And you
Mhm.
actually might enjoy it more.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Anything else before we wrap up? That went by fast. Like that's the first, like 30 minutes went by in a flash.
Yeah, I would say it could do a lot more too. I'm gonna test out connecting Zapier to ChatGPT and Gmail, so it's gonna clean out my inbox for me. You know, all those awful emails or unsubscribe emails that you hate getting. I'm gonna have it do that for me and create parameters around that. Um,
I'd
and
like to see if it can find all the stupid subscriptions I pay for in my bank accounts that I don't need.
Well, we did that with like that Rocket Mortgage
Rocket
thing.
Money, I'm
Rocket
going to tell
Money,
you guys, this is not a, I don't want to say it's
You
bad,
didn't
but
you didn't have a good
I
experience with
didn't
it.
have a good experience with the Rocket Money thing. I'll just say that.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, maybe there might be a free version coming in ChatGPT that Nathaniel might find.
I mean, there's always my like non-technical hack where it's just you report your debit cards as lost and it
and then get
shuts
new
down
ones.
everything and you have to go re-sign up. I mean, there's always that. Um, so
I
I
like
mean,
that.
there's always
Yep.
that
It's always
method.
it's the tried and true. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to see Nathaniel what you bring to us next week, what you've tried, what you've implemented, what's working, maybe what didn't work for you, and let's keep. I don't think AI is going anywhere, um, so we can keep talking about it. I think it's still relevant.
I just
And
got it. Instead of Thoughtful Thursday, it's Tech Thursday.
ooh, I love it. I love it. All right. Well, we'll be switching that next week. So, all right, we'll see everybody tomorrow for our Fun Friday. And if you haven't registered for bingo, there's 4 slots left.
Yes. Bingo,
So
bingo, bingo.
last
Come on.
minute.
Sign
All
up.
right.
Okay.
Later.